Good morning, y'all, and welcome back. Thanks for joining us. So today's a sad day. It's because today is the last morning we'll wake up to these views down here in Big Bend National Park. Actually, more specifically, Terlingwood, Texas. There's Big Bend over there. Goodbye, Big Bend. It's been great. Our time here has come to an end. It's time to pack up, and we're hitting the road today. We're actually heading towards San Antonio, where we'll spend about 2 weeks there, and then we start our adventure towards Maine. Never been to Maine. Don't know anything about Maine, but I can probably make a safe bet that Maine, or anywhere between here and Maine, looks nothing like this. I'm sure they have mountains, but there's probably trees and green stuff on them. But today is probably the last time we'll see something like this year. But it's been a great time here. Now it's time to pack up and hit the road. And the good news is I actually have all my family awake this early in the morning. That never happens. So it should be a good day. We should make some good travel time. We have a long one today, about 357 miles, but it should put us at our next RV park before dark.
Did y'all like this place?
Yeah.
Should we honk the train horn?
Yes, and my friends can hear me.
So your friends Henley and Hudson can hear you?
Oh,
They'll love it.
they're gonna hear us.
Yeah?
And thanks to Brian and Susan, y'all gonna get to see it because they're actually filming us leave. We've never had anybody film us leave.
I know, it's gonna be exciting.
That may be weird to y'all, but like it's really hard to film yourself driving your own truck.
Right, even just when Mom and Dad took pictures of the back of our rig, I'm like, oh, we've never seen that while on the road. That's kind of cool. All right, we're almost to the exit so we can do some train horning.
Buddy, say bye to the dog park.
Say bye, dog park.
Bye, Dad.
Bob, we on the road again.
Bob, I hate to tell you this, but we gonna go back to where trees and bushes are.
Oh, he gets to paint some more.
You get to start painting some things. They ain't got nothing to paint down here.
They did. They had mountains. Bob's not talking to us this morning. He's not awake yet.
I'm not ready to get on the road yet.
That's all she got. How awesome it is that you're up this early. Can I do 2 thumbs down? It wouldn't be so bad if we could ever get to sleep at a decent hour. And if those little, we found out they were called sandflies, didn't bite us and keep me itching all night long. I even took 2 Benadryl and I was still up.
You might have to remind them what they're talking about. So when we went to Big Bend Ranch State Park,
sorry, y'all.
we said there was gnats. Apparently they're not gnats, they're called sandflies, and everyone is eat up, like, it almost looks like chiggers.
Yes, it's terrible. So they're all over my arms, all over my legs. I even put on bug spray, and they itch like you would not believe. And so I took a Benadryl when we went to bed, and an hour later I took another Benadryl because I was still itching, and 2 hours later I was awake itching. So I haven't had much sleep. Plus it's about, what, my wake up call was about...
It's about 3 hours,
3 hours
earlier than your normal wake up.
Before I normally wake up. The only good thing about it is that back there, everyone's sleepy. So we'll have a nice quiet ride for a while at least.
I love getting up in the morning. If I start every day at 6, it's just so refreshing. The world hasn't woke up yet. It's nice. You get things done. No. Meanwhile, Alicia's like, I'll see you at brunch.
Yeah, I've never been a morning person, never probably will be a morning person.
Judging from the way Kayla acted this morning, she's just like you.
Yeah, I was taking the pillow away from Kayla, trying to get her to wake up. She's like, pillow, pillow, blanket, blanket. She wanted to go right back to sleep, but she's getting some beauty rest now.
So, what are y'all? Are y'all early risers? Or are y'all mid-morning kind of people?
Are you Kevin or are you
awesome to get up and get something accomplished before the rest of the world gets up.
Yeah, I guess. It's also awesome to stay up late because you get just as much done and you don't have to be tired.
So are you gonna miss Big Bend?
I think I am gonna miss it a little more than I missed it last time when we left, because last time I was so excited for all the mountains and stuff we were going to see, and then this time I feel like we're not gonna be seeing these Utah type Arizona mountains.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I've never been that way, but I guarantee it doesn't look like this there.
No, there's no way.
It's gonna be greener. I'm sure there's mountains. I don't know how big or small they are.
I am excited to see some trees again.
There's gonna be lots of trees.
Yeah, I miss my East Texas trees, so this is nice for a while, but I like trees.
See, I told y'all in the last video, I like being out here in the middle of nowhere. She likes to be around things.
Not stores and stuff.
No,
really.
just things.
Oh yeah, just things. I like trees. This kind of makes me feel secluded and isolated.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. I like being like somewhere it feels like you shouldn't be there.
So here, are you an early riser who likes to be secluded? Or are you a brunch girl who kind of likes her trees and wants to be surrounded by things? Let us know.
So we made it to Fort Stockton. I'm here. Mr. Thomas is here. Phil and Lola are way over at the gas pumps. About 150 miles in, and this is our first stop. We're gonna take a little break because we have a pretty long trek from here down Interstate 10 because there's not a lot of places to stop. I'm also gonna attempt to clean my windshield because we have that South Texas funk all over it. We sorta got the windshield clean. Maybe it'll be okay. The truck stop did not have a very good squeegee. But the rest of this truck, I'm real sorry about that truck, I promise. The first time we get to a car wash, I will clean you. It's been 2 weeks without washing you. You've never gone that long without a bath. I couldn't stand it. I ended up having to get my spray out and my microfibers, and I had to wipe the window down. I just couldn't handle it anymore. It was so hard to see through it. That stuff really does not want to come off. The rest of the truck, and even the RV, is not looking so hot though. Poor truck, poor RV. Look at Kayla's side of the truck. You can tell Kayla's been over here. She's drawing me circles. She has tic-tac-toe right here. She has handprints everywhere. Y'all been playing tic-tac-toe with Kayla?
No.
She's been playing with somebody on the side of the truck. Hey, you know what? This white truck still looks clean. All right, short break time is over and we're getting ready to hit the road. We have... Oh yeah,
got some chips.
They got chips. Short break, hitting the road. We have 100 miles for the next break and 152 probably lunch. So 2 hours to lunchtime. It's gonna be a late lunch, but we're making great time.
I know, we're doing very good.
We could be there by like 3:30, 4 o'clock.
So I noticed that we lost our mountain views, but our view got much, much better.
Yeah.
You did some cleaning, huh?
Couldn't handle it. Plus, I needed Bob to be able to see out the window.
In case y'all didn't see it before, the window was covered in gunk.
I called it the South Texas Funk.
Man, it looks really nice now. Forget how good it looks when it's clean after it's been dirty so long.
Drove me crazy. The squeegee was not so good.
The big line.
Yeah, there was 2 lines from the dirt.
Bob, why did you wipe away all that stuff?
Bob wiped it away
Oh.
with his paintbrush.
Bob, did you get rid of all the stuff on the windshield for us?
He cleaned it for us.
Yeah, I need to see out that window to paint some happy accidents. We interrupted this drive after only 50 miles for a bathroom break. Back on the road soon. it to the Love's truck stop, another 150 miles down the road from Fort Stockton. We're in Sonora, Texas. We topped the truck off with diesel. Alicia's inside getting our truck stop lunch, which is actually pretty good. It's Chester's and Subway. This is actually the place we stopped on the way out here. The place that Ashlyn and Kayla requested strawberry milkshakes. I don't know if they got strawberry milkshakes in there, but Alicia says she's in there getting stuff. We're about to go park and eat some lunch, take a break, and I think we only have about 60 more miles before we're at our campground tonight.
So we just had the coolest experience. Charlie messaged us this morning and asked when we were headed towards San Antonio. We said we're actually leaving today. And he's like, well, I'm gonna be at this gas station. He said that, what, like 20 minutes ago? And we're like, oh my goodness, we're stopping at that exact, this isn't a truck
well, there's
stop.
not a lot of choices, by the way. We're in the middle of nowhere.
I always say gas station. It's actually a truck stop. I was like, well, Kevin told him, well, we're gonna stop there in like 8 miles. So it just happened that he was coming from Houston, headed up to Arizona, and we were passing through at the same time, so we got to meet him. We've chatted with him on Messenger and on the channel a lot, so it was super cool to get to meet him.
He goes, Phil's here? He immediately stopped talking, goes, I need to go meet Phil in Phil's chair.
Yeah, so shout out to Charlie. Thanks for being a loyal follower and watcher. We appreciate you so much, and we're so glad we got to hang out and just chat for a little bit. Definitely made lunch a little more interesting.
See you in 52 miles. We'll be at our campground tonight. We made it here to Junction, Texas. We're at the North Llano River RV Park. We are set up. We're not unhooking tonight, so we have us, Phil and Lolo, and Thomas and Beverly. All we have is the jacks down, slides out. We have the water hooked up and the power because we have a short drive tomorrow. Now, I know I told you guys we normally don't drive this long, but in Texas, 375 miles is not too terrible. It took us 8 hours today, made pretty good time. We're gonna settle in and enjoy the rest of the night. I'm about to take you guys down to the river and show you the North Llano River because it's pretty cool. And they have a playground here. This is a pretty neat little park. We're down by the river, and this is the beautiful hill country again. Check out the North Llano River. Look at that. So clear. And then we're back in the Texas hill country. Man, I forgot how beautiful this part of Texas is. Not as good as Big Bend because I really like the Big Bend desert thing, but I really like this too. Remember, today is the last day you can get entered to win the Ultimate Cloth giveaway. So head over to pavingnewpaths.com and get yourself entered to win the 2-pack giveaway. All you gotta do is purchase any of our merch. A sticker, a hat, a hoodie, a t-shirt, anything gets you entered to win. We're gonna get settled in and we'll see you guys first thing in the morning. Good morning from Junction, Texas. We got to sleep in this morning. That's because we can't check in till noon at our next spot, and it's only about a 2-hour drive. So it's 10 o'clock right now. We're packing up, getting ready to hit the road. We have a short drive today, and we're gonna be staying there for 2 weeks at the Summit RV Resort in New Braunfels, Texas. So this is normally how we travel when we're just staying hooked up for the night and stopping over somewhere just to sleep. So we leave the truck and the trailer hooked up. We actually use our one control system from our phone app, and we run the jacks down just so they touch in the front. We will try to avoid picking the truck up or sitting too much down on it when we're doing this. And then we use the rear to level it as much as we can. You'll never get perfect because you're still hooked to the truck, and most of the time the front needs to go down more to get level. So we end up picking the rear end up, but we like to be level because if you're not level, the doors inside don't close, the slides don't really go in and out very good. So we shoot for as perfect as possible, but in doing so, we sometimes have issues. Not an issue, something you need to be aware of. So right here, this is what we need to be aware of. Since we picked the rear end up so much, you can see the shackles are starting to go down. Whenever we get ready to set it down, I'll use my one control app out here and I'll watch these, and I'll usually set the side down that's already touching. So this side's touching, the other side is not. So I'll set this side down first to go ahead and get those to flip back up, because if this side flips up, the other side will also flip up. And that's what you gotta watch out for. Make sure when you set it back down that the shackles go back in the right spot. This hardly ever happens when you do the auto leveling, but when we're hooked up to the truck, we can't auto level, we have to manually level. And because we like to be as close as possible, sometimes we end up picking the axles up off the ground. We're getting ready to pull all the slides in, and then I'll show you guys how we manually run our jacks to make sure our shackles flip back up. We're still dealing with the slide problem, and we're using our trusty cutting board to make sure we don't damage the floor. Not even gonna fix it this next time. It's gotta survive 2 more weeks before we get a chance to fixing it, but we have a plan to get it repaired. But this is what we gotta do. So we gotta bring the slides in. That one's gonna go first. And then when this one comes in, I'll put the cutting board down. That way it rides on this and not my you know, beautiful hardwood floor we got here.
Almost hardwood.
So this is what it does. So when it comes in, it goes up. And I'll just follow it with the cutting board until it almost touches. And when it touches, I'll make sure the cutting board is on it. Like right there, it's touching. Then it'll pick up right there.
So that clicking sound is when it picks up?
No, that clicking sound is the side ski breaking more.
Oh.
Breaks a little bit every time. It's got to survive like 5 or 6 more in and outs, and then we can fix it.
Good deal.
Like, look how bad it's getting now.
Here, show 'em.
Like this, all that. It's no bueno. You can't break it anymore.
I mean, you can. It could come out all the way.
This is some things you need to learn in case you know I'm not here. First, you have to download this app.
Me or them?
Learn how to connect to the camper. And then, see right now, this is what happens every time we stay hooked up. See how the shackles are going down?
So for those of you who don't know, these are shackles. I've learned that much. And they're supposed to look like a W, not an M. That's my super technical terms.
So what we want to do is we want to lower this side first to make sure they flip back up.
This one went straight.
That's fine.
And then that one, oh, way over there?
It did not flip.
Okay.
So now we got to go back up.
There it goes.
Well, that's not supposed to be that aggressive, but that's what happens. So that's how you make sure your shackles are flipped back up the right position. Now I know the other side was pretty aggressive, and that's because it was kind of in a bind. Now I found if it gets real bad, sometimes I have to take a wheel chalk and put it behind the tire, because what happens is that equalizer right there shifts and it moves all the slack from one side to the other. So if you put the wheel chalk underneath one wheel, when you lower it down, it'll shift the equalizer back to the middle and it'll make those flip up equally.
You gonna train horn them? Ashlyn, we should?
Yes, we should.
Kayla, should we train horn them?
Yeah.
Hey Bob, you ready to train horn?
I'm always ready to train horn.
Do a train horn. Sounds extra loud. Hey, Papa Branding.
I'm still waiting on him to send 500,000 of his closest friends over to us.
Or 1 million. I mean, we won't be picky.
It's not for us. It's for you, so you can make our merch.
Right. Come on, Matt. Where you at?
This is the long way in because this road is not made for these RVs.
No.
There's another way to come in the way that we came in high school and college. That she goes, absolutely do not come north on this road.
This feels not the way in for us. Some tight turns.
She told me, you'll be fine. She goes, but it's going to be slow the last mile.
Yeah.
She goes, do not try to come out or come in the other way. We're in the process of getting set up. That's us, Phil and Lolo, Thomas and Beverly. And when I checked in, I had a package here, but I knew it was going to be here because it was shipped to me. And it's this right here. It's a box from Blu Technology to go with this guy. So you guys are probably wondering what's in the box. And you know how much trouble I've been having with my black 0G and blue 0G hoses. I've actually thrown all the blue ones away. I'm using the black ones. Well, the black ones are also leaking. And one of you guys actually suggested that I reach out to Blu Technology because they sell stainless steel braided water hoses. So I called up Joe over at Blu Technology and said, hey man, I'm having a problem with my water hoses. They will not stop leaking. He goes, we actually do sell water hoses and we'll send you a set to try out to see if they leak. So he sent me a 25 footer and a 5 footer. So the 5 footer will go from the RV to the water filter, and then the 25 will go from the water filter to the spigot. We're gonna go ahead and hook these up and see how they work. We have the water hoses hooked up from Blu Technology and they are pretty awesome. They also sent extra QDs. So now I have a QD installed on my splitter at the spigot. It's QD'd into my 3-stage water filter, QD'd from there, and I have a QD right now at my Nollis system. So now I have an entirely QD setup. The only thing I have to screw on is my water pressure regulator to the spigot. But these things are awesome so far and there's no leaks. So we're gonna see how long it lasts and see how good they are. And if they do leak, I'll let you guys know. But so far, they look pretty good because these cuties are an awesome connection to the water hoses. If you want to give Blu Technology a try for the 3-stage water filter or any of the accessories they sell, check the link in the description below. You can save yourself some money. We made it to New Braunfels.
Yes.
And we're doing the first thing everyone does.
What's that?
Going to Green, Texas and gristmill.
Going to the Green Hall. We don't get to see a concert tonight, but we get to get the obligatory picture out front. That's all I ever wanted.
You said you've never been here before.
I've been to Green Hall. I have not been to the gristmill. I've always heard about it, but I really don't think I've ever went there.
If you're from Texas and you went to college or you were college age at any point in Texas, you did two things during spring break of the summer. You went to South Padre or you went and floated the river. And everything here is awesome.
I never went to South Padre in college, just FYI. I did go in high school one time, but never in college, but I did come float the river and tent camp out here for a little while in college. So I'm interested to go see it sober.
So funny story. Since we have Phil and Lolo here, I said this might be the first time we ever come to the river and they can actually hear the stories.
Oh yes, this is true.
We showed up in Green, Texas and we didn't do any research. And Lyle Lovett's here tonight. So the whole place is a madhouse. Everything's sold out. There's no parking. We're gonna go walk up to Green Hall and the gristmill and see if we can get in. But this place is packed. All right, guys, we're here in Green, Texas. We're gonna eat dinner at the gristmill. We love you. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you in the next one.